If becoming a state citizen gives me freedom from the jurisdiction of the United States corporations, why should I go further and complete living in the private program? Because, okay, let's say it this way. That's a great question. Because state citizenship is gained in one way, but how they gained jurisdiction over you as an employee was done 6 ways or 7 or 10. So let's say it in reverse. You're holding an office of the person, meaning you're operating the birth certificate. That's one way. Number 2, you receive personal mail on behalf of the registered organization. Second way. Third way, you're an employee of an employer. You're receiving a W-2 or W-9 or 1099, third, fourth way. And so you're doing all these things on behalf of the birth certificate that would gain subject matter jurisdiction on a warrant and indict you because you're operating the birth certificate, the artificial person. So yeah, being a state citizen is the registration of you with the Department of State. That's the one thing. That's the big thing. But how do you be a state citizen and continue to be an employee of the United States, working for this big company, getting these paychecks, getting these and filing returns, which is doable if you know how to be precise on a return, operating it as a beneficial interest in the trust, and you've gone through the whole living in the private program. But we say, come out, just come out. Stop making the whore money, or stop paying into a system that assists them to fund both sides of the war. Stop paying into a system that assists them into aborting kids, kidnapping children, digging underground dumps, doing demonic things, injecting everybody in this United States, creating legislation to allow aborted kids beyond birth 7 days, 30 days. You're partaking in all of that when you are partaking in the system. And so it's not just from a jurisdictional standpoint, it's from a, hey, let's cover all of that. Let's create you a foundation so you're operating in the private. Let's make sure all your assets are transferred under that foundation. Let's pull the property out of the county recorder and or tell the county recorder that we're not going to pay taxes because we're a church ministry, which is 100% lawful. Stop funding the whore. Stop participating in the system. So you may be a state citizen, but then you're dangling because you still apply for credit. You're dangling because you are paying state taxes to Amazon. You're dangling because, and whatever it might be. And so there's a degree of jurisdictional issues. There's a degree of moral issues. There's a degree of am I really out? And so that's is why, all I did was I looked at warrants and indictments. Like, how do they gain jurisdiction over people? And all I did was reverse engineer that. And I said, well, if that's how they do it, then all I got to do is this. And that's what we've created. So we've given you the ability to operate in commerce, the ability to live in your home, risk-free, service-free, not being in from a standpoint of indictment. If you do battery on somebody, if you do murder, if you do rape, those are things that are outside of statutes per se and go directly under a Title 18 charge, where it's direct harm from one person to another. And it doesn't matter what jurisdiction you're in, they'll come and grab you and pull you in, and we're not helping anybody in those regards. I'm not taking care of anybody. I don't help people that get 502s. I don't help people with federal indictments for certain things. I've had people come to me with child molestation stuff. I'm like, are you kidding me? You want my help? So you have to ask yourself, am I free by just getting my state citizenship passport? And the answer is no, because I've got all these contracts that say I'm holding that office for that person. So how can I truly be free? You're not. You're pretending. You're a starting point, but you're pretending until you complete it all. And so we only really offer the passport service for people as a Kickstarter so they can take the time and learn about all the different ways that the federal government has tricked people into jurisdiction. That's really what we do, is we undo the jurisdictional points that bind people.